The idea that women's passion should be monitored for the protection of society is not new. In the 19th century, women reading alone were perceived to be not simply reading. Instead, this act signified a threat woven of desire, the imagination, and solitary sexual pursuits that, as women took them up, signified the imminent demise of society. In what webs of 2D versus 3D have women and conceptions of women been bound? Flanagan says, the body could act as our proxy. However, the animations take us on a disturbing tour of the body, inside and out, and through its design, the project poses the question, what and where is this body, and where am I as subject? Historically, women have been portrayed through metaphors of confinement, chastity belts, corsets, bound feet, interiors, separated from risk, and the new. Given the era, Ada Lovelace was visionary in more creative and adventurous ways than just translating and annotating the Babbage computing machine. Imagine the passion, creativity, and solitary work with a machine, not a novel, that Ada pursued. Today we can gaze in horror at bound feet without noticing other ongoing constraints that act as metaphors of who and what is a woman. Tina Zemek, researching gendered attractions to gaming in terms of 2D versus 3D space, argues that for electronic games to be appealing to men, they should be 3D, challenging and fun. For women, games should be 2D, easy and fun. Other claims are that sites of 3D creation dictate a masculine orientation to the world. For example, again, Flanagan says, through the multiplicity and variety of perspectives, however, the software packages used to create these virtual worlds and characters evoke complete omniscience rather than multiplicity, fostering instead an old-school, white, masculinist epistemological model. Virtual environments are entirely mathematically based constructions that create the sense of a cohesive, seamless, scientific system and a unified order of knowledge. The construction of 3D spaces through not only the tightly bound look and feel, but also the very calculable numeric system behind the manufacture of the imagery represent the epistemologic tropes of reason and objectivity by a reliance on objectivity in science. Looking back to some of my early writings, I am reminded that I always wondered why being a woman and working in virtual 3D seemed to many quite incongruous. My Architectures of the Feminine, as I wrote in 1998, aimed to bring the sensual, the spiritual, the playful, the introspective, as well as the curious, to the open-ended expansion of virtual architectures. Space was experience. My desire was to enter into the conceptual space of the web, yet aiming for a physical and emotional expression of that space and experience, desiring to bridge the sensual and the conceptual. As the virtual becomes increasingly a part of day-to-day reality, can women regain some of their matriarchal power through the digital, or as Donna Haraway suggests, the cyborg? Both the body and mind sit and work in at least 3 dimensions, yet we assign 2D space and intuition to the female and 3D space and reason to the male. Is reason more dimensional than affect? Looking backwards through history, a view that passes through 20th century feminist interventions, the prehistoric feminine icon suggests the bountiful femininity that was able to creatively occupy and embody a full dimensionality that often eludes the modern woman. My project begins with these sorts of observations and difficult dichotomies and asks where they have come from and what purpose or interest they serve.